Hello, hello. Hey, everybody. It is Jill with Under Cottonwood, and it's Tuesday night, so I'm in my craft room, and I'm ready to craft and have some fun tonight. I shared a little sneak peek about what we were going to be making earlier, and it's super cute. I don't know if anybody has had any guesses yet as to what the sign was going to say. It was just a blank black and white sign, but I kind of jazzed it up a bit, and it's really adorable. So, and I don't know, I said there was a hint in my picture, which was the leopard print ribbon, but check out my shirt. Another sign. Another hint, I guess I should say. So anyway, well, I'm about to show you, so it's too late to even take a guess. But yeah, so I'm super excited to do a wreath tonight. I haven't done a wreath in, I've made a wreath recently, but for Tutorial Tuesday, I haven't done one in a while. I can't even remember. I think the really cute little striped high sign with a pretty little wreath, I think that was the last one that I did that was just like kind of some leftover flowers from a different, like 2 or 3 different projects. So anyway, I wanted to do one tonight because you guys, I said in my post earlier, do not sleep on the 97-cent flowers that Walmart has right now. So I think last week, it's pathetic that I can't remember from one week to the next, but whenever I did the lemons, let's see, we made 2 little lemon signs and then like a lemon arrangement for Tutorial Tuesday. I think it's been 2 Tuesdays ago now with the printables. I had those cute little lemon picks that were from the Walmart little floral area that are literally 97 cents. So anyway, I've walked past and seen all kinds of cute stuff. They have a bunch of oranges right now. They had a ton of the lemon stuff, a lot of like pretty yellow flowers. I have said before, I love Walmart's sunflowers. They seem to be like the best sunflower color, I think. So I always get those. But anyway, I've got to show you what I found that I'm absolutely loving from there. So now they have, it might be in the fall. I don't know if it's springtime. It might be. Anyway, they usually have some really pretty blue poppies there. I didn't see those today, but they've got these, and this doesn't really, oh yeah, it says a peony. So anyway, blue peonies, super pretty. They had these pink kind of corally, it's really more, well, I don't know, it's pink and coral peonies. So these are really pretty. And then all kinds of just fun stuff. I picked these up. These I put in with the lemons when I did that little arrangement for my shelf that I was talking about with the lemon printables. So I got these again. And then they had a bunch of like, what are these called? A heather pick. So they had yellow ones and like kind of cream colored ones, all kinds of different ones. So tonight we're mixing blue and purple and pink. So if you know me, you know that I'm a Kansas Jayhawk fan, and our colors are red and blue, and our, well, I guess it's probably not, well, anyway, our in-state rivalry is Kansas State, which is purple. So I don't do purple anything, but I am tonight because I just thought this was really pretty with the blue. So I've got these pretty little picks here that we're going to make something super pretty. And da-da-da, here is the adorable sign. So I had this little leopard print ribbon on the post earlier today when I was showing kind of some of the items that we were going to use, but this was just plain black and white, and I told you I was super excited about it. So it's really cute. It's kind of hard to see the actual colors, but they match the flowers that we've got going on perfectly. But the lighting in here, don't take it too seriously because it's kind of a mess. But anyway, Wild About Summer. How cute is that? And then I got my reflection going on. So anyway, super cute sign. This is what we're working with. So it's going to go on here, and we're going to get this all fixed up. So I'm really excited. And another thing I'm going to use tonight that you guys don't typically see, but see if I can hold it up here without like, so this is, a mess, but so this is an electric skillet. This is what I used for like a hot glue gun, if you will, when I'm doing projects like wreaths. Now, I will have like my little cordless hot glue gun out too at different times, but this is what I like to use when I'm doing like florals and stuff like that. So if you're interested, I can give you the link to this. It's just, like I said, on a little electric skillet from Amazon. You kind of crank up the heat with it. You drop your glue sticks in and they melt, and so then it's super simple. All you have to do is like dip the end of your picks and flowers and stuff like that down in there, and it's ready to go. So it makes it quick and easy. So, okay, first things first, I'm going to get the sign ready to go on my wreath. So I've already kind of decided that I think I want it like down here on the bottom left hand side, and then we'll just do like flowers and ribbon everywhere else. So that's what I'm going with. So it's going to kind of have to set off just a little bit. So I've got to get my pipe cleaners stapled on here. So tell me what you guys are doing tonight. We are getting ready for vacation coming up, so anything and everything is getting organized and getting cleaned and all that good stuff, because I cannot stand, even if I go out of town like overnight somewhere, I have to have like, and I know most women are like this, like you cannot leave home. Like I want to come back home after my trip to a clean house and organized and all that stuff. I cannot imagine people who leave home and do that. Like my family's been sitting in the car before and waiting on me, and I'm vacuuming the living room. So anyway, I try not to get quite wait till that close to leaving to get stuff done. So we've been super organizing, and like my husband's trying to do all the last minute car stuff, and anyway, we're just getting ready for that. But I don't know what else I was telling you, or why I was telling you that. Okay, so usually this is pretty easy. Just stick your pipe cleaners all the way through once you've attached it to your sign, but this one's giving me a little challenge. There we go. A little challenge here. So. But I don't know if I shared my post on my personal page, but I went to an event this weekend and I had this super adorable wreath purchased from this cute little family that had two tiny little kiddos, like one in a stroller and like one in a, like the little carrier that you carry them. So it's two very small children, but super cute little husband and wife. And they bought this wreath, and then you guys, they forgot to come back and get it. Like I said to them, like, do you want to leave it while you're shopping so they didn't have to carry it around? And they were like, oh yeah, for sure. Well, so then I like proceeded to, make sure it was all ready to go and everything. And about an hour later, I was like, gosh, I hope they didn't forget. And they never came back. So, I am looking for, I gotta get this. Sorry, I'm trying to get this just right, but I'm looking for a little family. I don't know. I have no contact information from them. This was in Wichita at the Wichita flea market over the weekend of, so what was last weekend? May 14th, 15th. And I can show you the wreath that was purchased. I have it here. It's like put away. I'm hoping that I can find this family. My sister actually gave the gal her business card, so I'm hoping they remember that they had forgot it and will reach out to her, because they actually don't have any of my contact information. So anyway, I've tried to make contact with the people who run the show to kind of let them know. But anyway, so if you see me post about that again, make sure you share it, because I'm trying to find this adorable little family. So, okay, sign is on. So I stapled pipe cleaners to the back of it, poked them through, tied it on. You know, there's the back of those, so I'll have to go back and cut those off. But in the meantime, the sign is on. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to make my bow first so we can kind of work around that. So I grabbed, okay, here's my leopard print ribbon. And then I grabbed these 3 just plain ones. So I think what I'm going to do is the leopard print and a couple of the plain ribbons, and then another little section of the leopard print, and then finish with the blue. So that's the plan. But I'm making the bow first so that I can place the bow where I want it to be here, and then work with all those flowers around everywhere else. Okay, so here goes nothing. Gonna kind of dovetail my little end here. Got the old bow maker. So tonight, I'm gonna leave one tail a little bit longer than the other one, just so that it can kind of hang down a little bit. So there's that. Then I'm gonna do some pink and purple real quick. On there. So this tail is gonna be longer, and I'm making the other end of it a little shorter. Okay. Can't believe it's Tuesday. Today was our last day of school, so my kiddo is out. I officially now have a senior, so my youngest is a senior, which is crazy. And it's summertime. And I don't know if you're like me, but I love summertime for the simple fact that I love a schedule. I'll be so glad in August when school starts back so we can get back to a schedule. But it's like when summer gets here, it's just a time to kind of take a break. And, you know, within a couple of weeks, you know, we'll be swinging from the chandeliers, so to speak, whereas like dinner time gets crazy, and, you know, there's no particulars during the summer, I don't think, but you can turn the alarm clocks off if you're a mom like me who works from home. Like, even though my kiddo is a junior, I still usually try to get up in the morning, and depending on, I used to always make breakfast, but for whatever reason, as kids get older, then they don't want breakfast in the morning. So, but I have this, like, we overslept, I think, in all the years that I've had kids in school. I think we've overslept from our alarms one time. And I tell you what, now I'm so paranoid about it that it's like, I think that's my fear every time, is that we're going to sleep through our alarms. Literally, one time in all the years. My daughter's 22, so how long have I had kids in school? Like 18 years? 17 years or something? We've only slept through an alarm once, but... So I guess we're probably doing pretty good, but I'm still super paranoid about it. Just gotta make sure he's up and going and all that good stuff. So, okay. So I did the leopard print, the purple, pink, and then I did another section of that and then finished with the blue. So now I'm just going to kind of spread them all out. Okay. Oh, wrong way. Okay, so here's my pretty little bow. So instead of kind of going like this time I'm kind of got it at an angle so that these tails can be a little bit longer, kind of hang down. So I'm going to push it together. Gotta flip it upside down because I'm right-handed and it doesn't seem right if I don't. So, okay. Now I'm going to take another pipe cleaner. It's going to go right through the back here. So this is how we're going to attach the bow. So I'm just pulling this. What the heck do you call these things? Zip ties. Jeez. Cut that off. Okay, so here's my, so the tails on this side are a little bit longer, so it's going to kind of go vertical on my wreath versus like this. So it's going to kind of go like this. So I think I'm just literally going to go kind of opposite of my sign. So let's kind of get this straight here. So here's kind of the middle of my sign. So I'm just going to kind of go straight like this. There you go. So I've got these shorter pieces kind of hanging up, and then the longer tails are going to hang down. I'm going to do the same thing, kind of shove this through. This grapevine is puny. I got it at Walmart, and let me tell you what, it is puny. By puny, I mean like, I'll show you. So not my favorite, but that was just, happened to be what was convenient for the time being today, so. Okay, look, it's not very wide, you know, like typically a grapevine is probably more like that, but anyway, we're gonna fill it full of flowers so it doesn't matter, but okay, so I'm just going to spread these out. I got my tails hanging out there. Okay, so there's my bow. There's that. Now, I don't know. I thought about doing a few little ribbon tails. So we might do that, depending on how our flowers kind of fill out, but I will show you how to do that if we come back. But I'm kind of liking how full it is right now. So, okay, let's get started on these pretty flowers. So, if you noticed, I did 3 of the blue, and then I did only 2 of the pink. So, obviously, I wanted more of the blue, and then I did 3 of everything else. So, I'm going to start with the blue since I have the most of them. I just go through and cut all of these. So push your little greenery up to the top. Cut all these stems off. And if you're making things to sell, or even if you're just making something for someone and they want to pay you back for how much it costs, you have got to keep track of all of your little stubs like this so that you know what you used, so that you know what to charge or tell a person, you know, that sort of thing. So, okay. So I'm going to start, since I've got my bow here, kind of tells me where I want to start. So I'm just going to go in, little greenery is up there. And I'm going to kind of start working my way this way and this way. Now clearly those are way too long. These are really pretty. They've got, like, you know, all different shades. So make sure, which I actually know that I'm pointed that out, I want to kind of alternate these too. So there's kind of a darker one, a lighter one, dark. So I'm going to put another light one up here. So then I've got the light there, so I'll go kind of like this. Okay, so I may not need, get through there, my goodness. Okay, I've got this left, these three of the blue, so, well, that one's sticking straight up. So like I said, I don't have to cut all of those, the stems a little bit, but for right at this moment, let's go ahead and start with some pink in there and just kind of start seeing how much we can fill that up. So you kind of want to do like, you know, one or two different flowers, you know, I guess you could say 1, 2, 3 different types of flowers or something. And then you want to use, depending on the size of the wreath you're doing, obviously, you want to use a couple different things. Like I would call these kind of like, you know how when you're planting outdoor stuff, you're supposed to have a spiller, filler, thriller, that sort of thing. So you kind of want to use something like this as like an accent or something. So you kind of have the flowers, but then you have some other things that kind of give it a little bit more dimension. Add some extra fun, you know, accents to it, that sort of thing. That one's already cut, so. Okay, this Walmart wreath is giving me a hard time, but if this happens to you and you get to an area where you really can't get through, I just take my scissors and kind of go in and break it up a little bit. Obviously, we'll go back and show you kind of once we get going here how we use our little hot glue pot there. Just kind of trying to get an idea for how many of these flowers we really need. So they don't have very big, you know, the greenery on them is not too much, so that's another reason why I got quite a few different a couple different accent things to kind of help fill in. Some of the times you get these big florals at the store and they have like these big giant leaves, so that's always really helpful too. It just kind of depends on what you've got, what you're working with. Okay, so I definitely think it's safe to say I'm going to go ahead with the rest of the blue here, at least for sure. So we might do like 2 to 1 on the pinks. Okay, look at that. It just fills it in so much more just by kind of doubling up on those. So let me cut a couple more. Cute, 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 cute. Actually I'm not too worried about the bottom section. So that I filled in, well, I'm kind of trying to go backwards. Ooh, that I filled in up here, but the bottom actually looks pretty good. So now the only other thing I want to make sure is we need to make sure we have odd numbers, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me get this light color blue one right here in between these two. Okay, I know it seems crazy, but that is so important. So then, what do we have up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. So we're good there. So then you can kind of just look at it and see, like, I want to move this one and this one, so that I've got, you know, light, dark, that sort of thing. And to tell you the truth, is this a lighter one? That's a darker one. Well, let's pop this guy out a little bit here. This is a perfect example of why I usually wait till hot glue till I kind of get everything placed, because you want to be able to move it around. So it takes a little longer because, you know, it's easy to do it step by step, but it gives you the option to kind of change things. So, okay, so it doesn't look like, I don't think I'm worried about adding too much more of the pink. So let's just start with our fun little, oh, see, I almost didn't even, so we used 1, 2 hole blue ones. What was that one off of? Maybe not. Anyway, gotta keep track of it. Okay. I'm going to start with the purple. So I like things like this. One, just because they're kind of, like I said, like a little accent thing. But these that are long, they can kind of like with the blue ones, they can kind of add some height in, I mean, a super simple way. So let me show you what I mean by that. So like, you know, you want to have a big full wreath, but clearly these were all 97 cents. So like, let's say you had a $10 budget. So you get your, you know, your wreath base is about $5 usually. And if you get 5 different little picks of these, you know, if you get a couple accent pieces, that's going to make a huge, nice and full wreath. And then, it will just look like, you know, it'll look a lot bigger and fuller, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So you get more bang for your buck is what ultimately I think. But so you can kind of go along here. So see, just instantaneously, I'm now creating this, and I'll put some at the bottom, and so my overall size is just going to be that much bigger with those. The other thing I like to do with things like this is to kind of get, now you could do, you know, monochromatic and keep it all the same color, like if you're doing a, you know, a all yellow or something like that. But it's really fun, I think, to use little things like this to add different colors into your designs. So for instance, I could have also used ones that were kind of, you know, maybe white or something like that, just to kind of make it pop a little bit. So that's something to think about too. It doesn't have to be the exact same color. Okay, so got that little started there on the top. The other thing to kind of keep in mind too is that if you have a bow, you know, if you're a person who doesn't necessarily like ribbon, then don't use a bow if you're not into that. If you do have a bow, you can kind of use that as like your centerpiece to kind of start your design, where, you know, you kind of start with this and building out around that. And that's kind of what we did with this sign. So I placed the sign first, but I kind of started with my bow here, and then everything else kind of went around that. So anyway, you can kind of make, you know, this part the longest part, or you can kind of just make it the entire thing nice and full. some people like to leave a bit of the grapevine showing, which I think is really cute too, because I like the rustic look of a grapevine for sure. So now I'm going to kind of start adding some on the inside too. So you do the outside to kind of create some height and things. But you can also do the inside to add a little drama. So, okay. I'm going to take, oh, stay in there now, pal. We got to get you hot glued, but stay in there. I'm going to take a couple of these left. And I'm going to work on the inside up top. The other reason why I like to do this, I think we've talked about it before, but I'll show you if I can. So you want to kind of do something that's going to enclose this gap here. So like I said, this is kind of a puny little grapevine, not my favorite one, so they're pretty thin, but so it leaves a bigger gap when you have the sign. But if you do things and you add these little things to the inside of your wreath base, it'll kind of help close that gap. So okay, it's looking cute. So last, we're going to add these little spikies. What were these called? Billy button picks. I thought that was funny. Billy button picks. So I like the little swirly gigs on them. Like the fun little, I don't know. They remind me of like, what's the Dr. Seuss thing? The Lorax. What kind of trees are those called? I can't think of it. Okay, so again, the ones with the little swirly gag, I'm going to make sure and kind of put them around my bow area. A lot of people will put some greenery actually inside of the bow, so we could do that too. I'll kind of save that for last. Okay, so I've got 3 of these with the little whirligig, so I'm going to kind of use those first. Just kind of spreading them out, and then I'll go back and add these other little pops in here. So I was telling you earlier that I'm loving these little, well, almost every season Walmart gets that little floral display, and sometimes their stuff is really good, and like right now it's really, they've got some really cute things, and I love their sunflowers. They're my favorite kind of sunflowers just because I love the color of them. Sometimes you can get some that are like so orangey, and I don't know, they're just, I think the Walmart sunflowers are really good, but they also have some really pretty, like, oh, I did a watermelon wreath last summer with a big kind of flower bush that they had there that was really pretty, and they have it again this year. And then they also have like a pink set too at the moment that was really pretty, so can definitely make some really pretty designs with inexpensive stuff if you want to use those. And not to mention, so my sister works at Dollar General here in our little local town, but I noticed they had some really pretty white sunflowers the other day. I was like, I didn't even know that Dollar General carried florals, but so anyway, you don't have to buy super expensive stuff. You want things that don't look like cheapy, of course, but you want to be able to get some reasonable priced items for sure. Okay, so I've got 3 more of these little guys. And I think I'm going to kind of go back up to the top. I'm liking how this is looking here, nice and full. Give you kind of a bird's eye view. So, see, we've got this little, all of these little accent things. Our flowers are looking nice and full. We've got this little greenery. I just feel like we need a couple more little things on the top. Fluff this guy out. There we go. Okay. Oh, you gotta stand up here, pal. We need you. Okay. That is looking super cute. So I still have one whole, I only used 2 of these little billy things. And actually I didn't use any, did I cut any off of this? Nope, I only used 1 of the pink peony one. And then we have a couple left on here, but I think I'm gonna go with this. That is looking nice and full. It's looking nice and full, and it's got some good height there. Yeah. Okay. So let me kind of take a step back. So here's where you can kind of look at things. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and use this again. Use the last one of these just for some more of these little swirlies. I don't know. That's probably not what I should call it, but that's what I'm calling it. Gonna add this little guy here into the middle of that. And then I want these that have all of these little tails here. So I want some up here. That didn't work. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to put one more up there at the top. I'll just use these other 2 little guys wherever. I'm going. Okay. Gosh, so stinking cute. How cute are those? I think, yeah, we're just gonna go. Okay. Take a peek at this. Take a peek. I know this guy's gotta get, he's gotta cooperate here. And that's gotta get populated. Okay. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. So now, let's see what we think. Looking pretty cute. So I'll take a kind of a step back here. And, oh, we lost this little guy out of our little bow here. Okay, this little purple guy's got to stand up. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with where everything is. So now I'll show you what I do with this little pot here. Let's see if I've got it. All these. Okay, I've got all my little pick things, so I know how many of those I used. Clean up my mess a bit. So I'm just gonna kind of pull this over. So here's my little, yeah, you can see it. Now this is on one of these little silicone mats. It comes in a package of 2. I actually use the other one for my flat iron on our counter so that it doesn't like burn it. But you have to have, this thing gets so stinking hot. You've got to have it. So this is one of these, what do you call these? These like crafting mats. And I had it just sitting on that one time and like it kind of melted it, like made it bubble up. So you've got to have these on something because they get so stinking hot. But okay, let's just get started with this. So you take the end of your little, whatever you've got, flower, pick or whatever, you dip it right into your glue pot. And then you place your little stem wherever you want it. Simple as that. Simple as that. So this is a great idea. Like I said, I still use my my little cordless one to kind of hit different areas. Kind of just depends on what project you're using, but I love this little setup here. So super simple. So now I'm just going to go back. I was pretty happy with every little place where we had all of our flowers and everything. I'm just going back and gluing all of these in their place. Okay, so that's what I'm working on. I'll be working on the rest of the night to finish that up, but I will share it with you tomorrow when it's finished. But I'm going to show you really quick so that I'm going to show you that wreath that I'm trying to find the cute little owner to. So here is the wreath that sold Saturday in Wichita at the Wichita Flea Market. May 14th. So anyway, I'm looking for the sweet, adorable family that purchased this, and I know they just got busy and with the 2 little ones and left. So if you would share my post on this to kind of help try to find this little gal so I can get this to her. But this is the wreath. How cute is that, by the way? Super cute, grilling and chilling. So anyway, help share to kind of find her so I can get that to them. But anyway, I'm going to finish gluing all these pretties and then I'll take a picture. Well, it's probably too dark to take a picture tonight, but I'll share it with you tomorrow. So anyway, thanks for joining me for another Tutorial Tuesday, and I was really excited to do this wreath and that cute wild about summer sign. So anyway, have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I will see you guys later. Bye.